How's it going, everyone? Octopus here, and welcome back. This is going to be just a little bit different than my other videos. Kind of the same thing as me basically define the way the game should be played according to Cena. And I'm going to go over a couple things here, like Mickey and Brooms, and then I'm going to cover something that will kind of help you guys on everything you do from this point on towards these games, towards mobile games, not just Kingdom Hearts, any game that you guys play. I used to play Clash of Clans, I used to play Final Fantasy Record Keeper, and there was a bunch of games before that, but I quit playing them. So I have kind of an understanding that makes sense to me, and I want to tell you guys about it. I want to see what you think of my thought process. If you guys agree with me or not, it doesn't matter. But I hope you do agree with me, because this is very important, not just towards playing games like this, mobile games with a pay-to-win aspect to it, but just general life knowledge. Like, everyone should have this way of thinking as they go along in life to try to, I don't know, kind of better everything, try to plan for the future, plan ahead of time. But enough rambling, let's get to the point. Let's start off with Mickey and Brooms. Why? The question I keep getting is, why do you keep playing North American version or global versus Japan version? And my answer to that is that, why play a game that's exactly the same? You guys get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of you who have went to the Japan servers already and are playing the game. The only difference in that game is that you can make any medal gilted. Now, that's great, that's exciting. Oh my god, I have a tier 5, I'm blasting stuff, I'm going through this, it's so easy. Since when is easy fun? Think about that. Every game you guys play, why would you want that game to be easy? It doesn't make any sense. So Mickey and Brooms is a way of making the game easier. Now, I know that even with Mickey and Brooms, there's still the high score challenge and you still have to make top 5,000, and that's great, that's competition. But what kind of competition is something that you have to pay for? Because Mickey and Brooms aren't just given out like in the masses. There's Mickey and Brooms for events, there's Mickey and Brooms for high score challenges or anything. There's for events and quests, but then there's Mickey and Brooms behind the paywalls, like the VIP quest. There might be more to it than that, but I'm pretty sure there's a pay version and a free version. They have to have that balance. If they don't have that balance, then they lose customers. But back to my point about that is, why make a game easy? How is that fun to you? How do you feel that having tier 5 gilted, fully gilted medals, a whole keyblade is going to be fun? You're going to go into the high score challenge, you're going to do the runs a couple times, make a really good score, and then you're going to turn off the game. What's there really to do after that? Look at the game right now, guys. Look at how it's a cycle. It's event quest, event medal, high score challenge, EMCs, pull. Okay, let's strip that down and make it basic. We have our story quest. Once you complete that, you don't have to touch it again until the story is released. Then you got your dailies, which are farming for medals to make your medals stronger. Now your medals are strong, you can go into the event quest and complete them. Event quests give you medals to upgrade yours, like skills, chip, del, SIDS, just to make your medals stronger. Now you can compete in the the high score challenges. Now you're in the high score challenge and you're competing for top 5,000 for another medal. Now with that medal, run dailies, level it up, do the quest, the daily quest, get chip, dale, SIDS, some Coliseum, make that new medal strong. Now this new medal carries on to the next high score challenge. Now you can compete in the high score challenge because you have this medal. So on and so on. Now let's say we had Mickey and Brooms. Let's say we go in, we got this medal, we fully gilt it, it's really strong, we don't have to do anything else to it. We put our chip dales on it, we go into the high score challenge, we rape face, we dominate, no effort at all. Activate, go. There's no strategy. There's no strategy to it, and it gets boring and repetitive. There's a feeling of accomplishment when you struggle and feel like you can't do it, and then when you finally break that barrier where you can do it, it's such an amazing feeling. Like, that's the reason I play games. I play games because I want to feel that struggle. I want to retry as many times as I can, and then when I finally beat what I'm trying to pass, it is the whole reason I play games. I don't see any other reason to play in a game unless you're enjoying it and you're struggling to pass something. Like, this level is so hard, it makes me think, and I gotta figure out what to do to get past it. And when I do figure it out, it's such a great feeling. You just feel so good inside, and that's a sense of accomplishment. You feel great because it wasn't easy. So why is the idea of Mickey and Brooms gonna make the game better? Why having all the strongest medals gonna make you happier? You're gonna make your medal really strong. You're gonna go into the high score challenge, and I keep saying high score challenges because looking at the Japan version and our version, that's really the only thing that I play the game for. And I think a lot of other people agree with that and not disagree with that, because Coliseum is Coliseum. You get new skills, you get new items, whoopie-doo. You know what I mean? But a high score challenge gives you new medals, and new medals is just great. It's cool to collect them. It's like, hey, I did this high score challenge. I got the Jafar Genie. I got Darkseid. I got Behemoth. And that's a good feeling. That's the reason I play the game, because I was like, I want to do this high score challenge and I want to try to grab these new medals, and that's where I have fun. But what kind of fun is it if you have the best medals, you run it one time, and that's it? These mobile games are made to make you think you need the best to continue playing and get the new medals, but they also ruin the game if you have the best. Because if you have the best, there's no strategy, there's no struggle, there's no great feeling of accomplishment. It's just a great feeling of acquiring a new item. I got this new item, but how did you get it? You guys get what I'm saying here? I know I seem like I'm jumping back and forth, but it's killing me inside watching people go to Japan version and playing the same exact game, but just stuff handed to them. You know what I mean? Here's Mickey and Brooms. Once you pull that medal, guilted, boom, you're set. Now you can pass these quests without a problem. What's going to happen when you do that? You're going to be so bored of the game. I know there's different ways of looking at it, but in the end result, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to, especially if you're playing North America and Japan version at the same time, because you figured, hey, Japan's fun, but I don't want to get rid of my global version. You're going to burn yourself out, and eventually you're going to quit the game. And that really sucks. Why play the game in the first place if you're just going to burn yourself out? Now, that's my reason that we don't need Mickey and Brooms. If we have Mickey and Brooms, they're just going to up the level cap of the enemies. So if they know everyone has tier 5 fully guilted medals or tier 4 fully guilty medals, they're not going to leave the enemies the same as they are right now. They're not going to be level 300 enemies or level 200 enemies. They're going to raise the defenses, they're going to raise the HP, and they're going to raise the difficulty and how many are in the masses. And that's going to be the same exact game. Just now you have a shiny medal with bigger numbers. And it's an illusion, guys. It's an illusion to make you spend the money. It's an illusion saying you need this to do this. And it's terrible. The company themselves, Cena, or, okay, I'm not directing it to Cena. You got to make money, and you got to kind of like find a way to make money, okay? That's a way to make money, to keep the company going, to have the game continue. And it's great supporting developers towards a game like this. But when you do stuff like key arts that cost the same amount, not even the same amount, a ridiculous amount of money, like when I see someone paying that much money for something, I feel like you guys shouldn't have to, because there is no material possession. It's not yours. That thing you just paid for can be taken away like this, and you can't say nothing about it. If they want to shut down the server, if they want to delete your account, if they want to refuse you play of the game, you just spent that money and you lost it, and you can't do nothing about it. There's so much things that frustrate me inside. Not just this game, not just Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, Clash of Clans, Final Fantasy Record Keeper. Any mobile game that has in-game purchases have a way to make you feel like you have to do this. Like in Clash of Clans, it's a waiting process. Nobody wants to wait 13 days to upgrade a crossbow or a cannon or an archer tower. Everyone wants it now. Everyone wants the best base now. And they thrive on that. They make you feel like you have to have this now, or you can't play this game, or you can't be the best. So people drop all this money, and this is why I quit Clash of Clans. I didn't pay for the game. I waited, and when I finally hit endgame and it was all about clan wars, it got boring and it got repetitive. And I was like, there's nothing fun to this. I made a really strong base. I have everything fully upgraded. And now there's nothing to do. Now there's absolutely nothing to do. So I want you guys to think about it. Why rush yourself to endgame and then stop playing the game? I'm telling you guys, you will stop playing the game. You reach endgame so fast, it's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel like you accomplished anything. It's not going to feel like you did it. You just, here you go. Here's a legendary sword, 10,000 damage every second. That boss only has 5 million HP or 500,000 HP. Let's make it smaller. There's nothing to it. You guys know what I mean? There's nothing to it if you acquire a legendary weapon in the beginning of the game and then you just run straight to the end and there you go, you won. I keep giving these shitty examples, but every game I played that I've really, really enjoyed and I will recommend to people made me feel like I worked for this and I accomplished something. And I don't feel like these games do that if you spend money on them. Now, please do not take this the wrong way. Please don't think that I'm bash talking people who spend money on this game. I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you guys that this is not a material possession. I spend money on things I can keep and I can give after. You spend money on this game and it's gone. It's either outdated, not good enough, or you lose your account, or they take away your account, or they shut down the servers. And that is no longer yours. That $1,000, $100, $10, $5, doesn't matter how much you spent, is gone. And you can't resell it. You can't refund it. You can't pass it on to someone else. You can't do nothing with it. It has no value. It valued because you bought it, but once you bought it, it's worthless. It is worthless to anyone else. You cannot do anything with it. You buy a car, you can sell that car. You buy a house, you can sell that house. You buy these statues behind me, you can sell these statues. You buy a medal or you buy a VIP quest. All you did was speed up the end game and no value back. Nothing. Besides a little bit of happiness, which is good, and that's why I keep saying it doesn't matter. If it's making you happy, it's fine. This is directed to people who don't feel good afterwards, who feel like I could have used this money on something else. Now, there's people who can have thousands of dollars every month into this game, and it doesn't affect them. But then there's people that I'm targeting right now that can't do that, but the game makes them do that. And this is why I made this video. Now, I told you that this is going to be like a life experience, and it is. This is something you should think of as you go through your life. I don't know how long this video has been so far, but I'm going to add this part here. You can only make so much money in your lifetime. You only have this much money in these many days, and you can only work so many hours in the year. So why throw your money towards something that's not going to give you value back? I hope that kind of makes sense. It's kind of the way I look at it. I look at it as, do you need this in your life or you don't need this in your life? Is this going to bring you long-term happiness or is this going to bring you short-term and then be worthless the next day? Realize what's going on. Realize that these games are pulling money from you. I know a lot of you aren't of age to have a mortgage, to have bills or responsibilities yet, but it's going to come to that time, and when it does, and if you're not prepared, you're going to have a huge smack from reality, and it's going to suck. And it sucks to plan everything ahead of time. I'm not saying being a prune, I'm not saying don't spend money. Just be wise on how much you spend and where you spend it. And games like this, it's not worth it. And I'm making accounts, and I'm showing you on my main account, and I'm showing you on my free account, or I'm going to start showing you, that you don't have to spend money on these games. There's so many illusions, there's so many flashy billboards saying you got to do this, 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 and then no one sees that you don't. No one sees beyond that. Now, I'm not saying that you can't figure it out yourself. I'm just here to show you that if you are a little bit lost, realize you don't have to spend money on this game because they are a company and they will not let people log in and not be able to pass everything. Now that's why you see Christmas swords. That's why you see Moana medals. That's why you see Jack Skeleton, these Marluxia B, Larkson B, all that. It's to have people come into the game, hold them, stick them to your game, and then sell them stuff. Like, here's your Christmas swords. You can buff your medals fully now. Here's Moana. Here's Maui. They will help you through a lot. And then you have your strong one medal, like Marluxia B, Larkson B, Meowjesty. And then they got you, because now you can complete quests, and now you have a feeling of, I can make it. Then they add quests that are just a little too hard, or they add rankings. And now those rankings make you feel like, I'm not good enough. But you are. You can. But then, because social media is such a big thing, you'll see other people doing it so easily, so flawlessly, and it's going to make you feel bad. And then you're like, I can catch up if I spend some money. And then you do. And then you're in a vicious cycle. And your cycle just keeps going and going and going, because they will find ways to make you feel like that. Now, back that up a second. Back to where I said that they give you items to hold you down. So the game will always give you to be able to keep up. Because if you can't keep up, why do you continue playing? Now, everyone's like, okay, I go from global to Japan version. You're still in their grasp. You're still going to be sucked in. Like, oh, I'm in Japanese version now, and they got Mickey and Brooms. I spend $10. Boom, I got Mickey and Brooms. I can make my medal strong. They got you still. They took your money. They got you still. You're in the same game. You're in the same process. There's nothing different when you take away the Mickey and Brooms. There is nothing difference between the two. High score challenges, events, raids, Coliseum. That's it. The only difference is your medal has a bigger number on it and does more damage. Let's say it doesn't take away the challenge and the game is still challenging. You're still playing the same game, guys. There's no point from going to North America to Japan version just for Mickey and Brooms or more jewels. There's no point. It's the same game. It's the same exact game. Just their difficulty is raised higher and your medals are stronger. But they're going through the same process. They're struggling. They're trying to figure out strategies to beat that. Even though they have Mickey and Brooms, the game is still hard. Or the game's really easy if you have a ridiculous amount of money. Go to the North America version. We don't have Mickey and Brooms, but we're able to gild epic medals without a problem, especially with all those score assistant deals. Or just everything they've been giving us for free so far. We're able to pass everything. And we're able to compete in the high score challenges. It's the same exact thing. You're getting medals. You're making them strong. You jump in the high score challenge and you try to rank. There's no difference. It's the same exact game. So don't worry. Don't force it. Don't rush it. Just be patient and the game will be good to you. The game will become better. The game will become easier. You just gotta wait and collect. Collect those jewels, save up, and use them at the right moment. Not when you have 5,000, 6,000. I'm talking about like 15,000 or more, where it guarantees you a certain medal that's really good. Or have enough for high score challenges to pull those 14% medals to give you a big boost. But in the reality, it's the same exact game. So don't switch to Japan version thinking you're going to have more fun. You're going to have more fun for a second. You're going to have a bliss. You're going to be like, oh my God, look at all this. I guilted this. I pulled this, no problem. But then you have all these great medals, but you have the same quest. You have the same struggle, the same leaderboards, be different. Let's say top 100, top 200. It's different. Let's say there's not top 5,000, there's only top 3,000. In the end, it's the same thing. You're playing a quest, you're competing. That's all it is. The medals only dictate how much you can do. But when you come to North American version, everyone's in the same pool. Only people who are ahead of people are people who have the money to spend and get all the medals guilted. But the majority, which is 90% or more, are all in the same pool. So why are we worrying about Mickey and Brooms? We don't need them. We absolutely do not need Mickey and Brooms. The game stays exactly the same. Everyone's on the same playing ground. The only reason people think Mickey and Brooms is so they compete with people who spend money and now, okay, I can fight the whales. I can be as good as the whales. But you're not the only one. If you can get Mickey and Brooms, so can the next person beside you, and so can the whales. Now, they have money and they have Mickey and Brooms. What's going to change, guys? Nothing. Nothing's going to change. You're just going to be suckered into their VIP packs, their deals, their avatar boards, everything. Ways to take away your jewels or make you spend money in the game. You're just going to be suckered in. Mickey and Brooms are just going to make you spend more money, guys. And this is why I'm not saying we don't need Mickey and Brooms. No, sorry. I'm not saying that we shouldn't get Mickey and Brooms. I'm just saying we don't need Mickey and Brooms because it's going to be the same game, just with shinier numbers and bigger numbers. That's it, guys. That's all it is. Right now, we're on the same playing ground, and it's even, so why are we worrying? Why are we rushing it? I'm going to say it one more time. If we had Mickey and Brooms, or we had the money to spend in the game, you will quit the game after a couple months because there's nothing to do. You have the strongest medals, you compete in these quests, and it's easy. It's straight easy, and there's nothing to do. There's no skill. It's a waste, guys. It's a waste to play a game that is so easy. I enjoy the game like this without spending large amounts of money or no money at all because you feel so good. And that goes with life as well. If you guys learn how to save up all your money and then buy something that you really want or you really need or that's going to help you, like saving a huge deposit so when you're old enough or when you're ready, you can buy your first car or you can buy your first house. You feel so good inside compared to buying these statues. I used to collect these statues, guys, and I spend money on them like crazy. I would buy, here we go, here's this, take this, I don't care. This statue made me happy, but now it just sits here. It does nothing besides sit there. Now it looks cool, it feels great, but it's just a sedative. It just makes you feel good in that moment, and that's it. So in these games, in your life, just be careful where you spend your money. That's all I gotta say, guys. Besides that, this long ass video. I don't know how long this video is, but just think before you spend and think what's gonna happen if you do spend this money. Like the game. If you spend this money and you get the best medals, how long are you actually gonna play this game? Because spending money once doesn't guarantee that you don't have to spend it again. Think about that. I hope this video wasn't too long. I have a thing of like repeating myself a couple times, but I really want to get the point across. So hopefully I got the point across. Hopefully I don't sound like I'm being pushy or something, because I'm not. I just really want to look out for you guys and express what I've learned over the years of playing games like this and stuff in my life. How short term versus long term is a really important thing. And just think about it, guys. I don't know if I'll be making another video like this. If you guys want more, if you want to see how I think and how I look at just life and these games, just what my thought process is, just talk to me. Comments, Discord, Twitter. I'm here, guys. I'm busy, but I'll respond as much as I can. And I hope I got through some of you guys. I hope this made sense. I hope that I'm not just gibbering and it is nothing, but take it as it is, guys. This is how I go about life, and this is how I go about these games, and how I look at it, that they're only here to grab money out of us, and that's it. So play the game because you enjoy it. Don't play the game to make it to end game, because then there is no game. If that made sense. It makes sense in my head, but if that made sense to you, let me know. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.